Hello, happy Tuesday. This is Darren Roberts, Master Trainer at Impact Training Corporation and the Abundance Accelerant. Welcome to the Tuesday Tickle and Tick show number 27. Today, facts and failures to flow. I think it's an important time of the year and a dangerous time of the year for our flow or our momentum or being in the zone, or as my mentor Darren Hardy refers to it as Big Mo, because we've got 9 weeks left till the end of the year. And maybe you've smashed your goals for this year and you think, well, I've got nothing more to achieve. I'm going to cruise on through to the end of the year. Or maybe you've had a rough year and you're nowhere near your goals for this year and you've given up. You think, oh, listen, I'll just start again in the new year. Or maybe you just want to enjoy some festive time with friends and family and to really connect with people. Well, let's make sure whatever we're going to do creates greater satisfaction and happiness for us. So how do we do that? Well, I presented at TEC, the Executive Connection, on Wednesday. And one of the co-presenters on the day was Lee McCoy-Travers, and he's from Amazing Form. And he was teaching about flow. You know, flow is that when you're in the zone, that momentum, when time passes by and you don't even realize it. Well, how can we create that flow? So Lee was talking about, as a graph, if on the x-axis was the level of difficulty, and that level of difficulty increases the further the graph goes out, and on the y-axis was our level of skill, and the higher that goes, the higher the level of skill. Well, here's explanation of how to get into flow and what we need with that balance of difficulty in challenges or surroundings and the skill level that we need to have, and where does that create flow? Well, the maximum flow goes at a 45-degree angle, which means we're in maximum flow when we have a high level of difficulty in the challenge or the task, but we also have a high level of skill that can balance that out. Now, the dangers are that if we have a high level of skill and we have a low level of difficulty in a task or in a period of time in our lives, then we get bored. High level of skill, low level of difficulty, and we get bored and we're not feeling rewarded, we're not feeling satisfied. So that's a danger if we're not setting goals over the next 9 weeks, even if you smash your goals so far. The other is true as well, where if our skill level is low but the difficulty of the task is extremely high, then that causes anxiety and stress and pressure. So I want you to think about your own goals, and I want you to think, how am I going to finish this year off and move into next year? Do I need to increase my skill level, learn something new so that I can achieve difficult, challenging tasks to allow me to get into flow? Or do I have skill level? I need to increase my goals so that I'm in flow towards the end of the year. So I'd love you to put in the comments below, what are your goals? What are you going to work on? Do you need to increase your skill level? What are you going to work on? Or do you need to set some additional goals for the end of the year to make sure that we're in flow? You know, last week I found some flow myself. As you know, I had a big week. I was presenting to the Bowen Therapy Federation of Australia here in Harndorf on Saturday, which was great, and then was in Hobart Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday with News Corp as a full corporate day. And then Wednesday presented at the Executive Connection, and then Thursday flew to New Zealand and presented 4 presentations on Friday, 4 keynote presentations over 2 conferences in 2 different destinations with 4 different topics. So the difficulty of that day, that task, was quite high. 2 different conferences, 4 different presentations, 4 different topics, and mainly making sure I could sync finishing a presentation, getting into the car, getting down to the next location, finding that location and doing a great presentation, doing the reverse and getting back to the other presentation. But I knew the skill level was there. I present regularly, it's what I do, so I'd prepared well, the skill level was high. And that day was absolutely in flow. The skill level was high, the difficulty was high, but that created flow. And it all worked out beautifully. In fact, once I'd finished the day, and the conference finished, so I got back to my hotel, I got changed and I headed out to dinner. I realized it was about 7 o'clock at night. I had not eaten all day. I hadn't eaten all day. Now that's not particularly ideal or healthy, but I was just going from one to the other, presenting, focusing on that. And I was energized all day. I had no flat spots. I wasn't even thinking about food. I didn't even realize till 7 o'clock at night that I hadn't eaten. That's because I was absolutely in flow and I was energized and I was pumped and I was loving what I was delivering. I was loving the feedback that was coming from the group and what they were learning. So that's an example of me for getting in flow. And by the way, thank you very much for Flex Fitness New Zealand and Debit Success for inviting me to present at your conferences. There was a great professional conferences, so well done on that. So what is it for you? What is your flow? Again, put in the comments below. Over the next 9 weeks, what skill level do you need to increase so you can achieve difficulty tasks and be in flow? Or maybe your skill level is there, but the level of your difficulty, of your goals, of your tasks over the next 9 weeks is what there. So throw in the comments below. If you need any help with setting goals or achieving your goals, even if just an accountability buddy, I'm happy to be that. Or of course, if you want some teaching and some mentoring, then happy to do that as well. So you guys have a great Tuesday. Feel free to share this with anyone that you think needs a little bit of a push to get in flow towards the end of the year. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday for the Tuesday Tickle and Tick. Bye for now.